WVVA's Haley Bianco joins us now live with a special report on surviving a mass shooting. Haley.
Rick, Courtney, it's the fear of every spouse and the fear of every parent as they send their loved ones off to school and into the world. The fear that a shooter could attack any public venue, anytime.
Since 2006, we've had a 250% increase in the number of active shooters. Now, that's a number that can't be ignored.
Finding yourself or a loved one trapped inside with an active shooter has become a common fear.
Hopefully it will not happen where your child is. That's just one of the kind of concerns that you have every day.
It's one of the most terrifying things I can imagine.
Officers around the world come to Greenbrier County for practical firearms training. At the Anvil Rock Training Center in Alderson, officers learn how to respond to active shooters.
Our training teaches them to immediately stop the killing. Now, that means going to the sound of the gunfire.
You have to realize this can happen anywhere, and we have to be prepared for it.
While officers are preparing, it's important that civilians are too.
Common reaction is the freezing.
Goodale says having a survival mindset can save you when confronted with the possibility of death or serious injury.
Your brain sort of searches the database looking for the solution. We believe that you can program that solution.
If you find yourself trapped inside with an active shooter, officials say you have three options. You can run, you can hide, or you can fight.
Essentially, it has to do with where you are in relation to the shooter, because that will determine, do I have an escape route? Am I trapped? And here's the guy with a gun, and the only thing I can do is charge him or throw things at him. Or can I duck into a side room and lock the door, turn out the lights, and hope he doesn't find me?
You would always hope that they could run and get away, but I mean, if you have to hide, just kind of make sure that if you're in a room, hopefully the doors are barricaded. I wouldn't really want them to fight.
If your only option is to fight, officers say there's power in numbers. If a group of people closes in on the attacker, it will negate their ability to use the weapon and could save everyone. Another option is to throw whatever is in your reach, trying to distract the shooter.
If we don't have a plan for this, it'll be a lot worse if it does happen. And I don't think it's if, I think it's when.
You just hope, and you have to pray about it and just realize, you do have to send them off into the world. It could happen at a workplace, it could happen at a college.
Officers say the threat continues to evolve as shooters study the responses of police and victims.
We're onto these guys.
Some things to look out for include someone looking around, sweating, talking to themselves, or wearing clothes that don't fit the weather. Baker says if something looks out of place, it probably is.
We would much rather have 100 calls that are nothing than one call that is something and we don't get the call.
Hopefully a shooting won't happen here in southern West Virginia, but if it does, now you are prepared with a survival mindset. Here for you live in Alderson, Haley Bianco, back to you.